French President Emmanuel Macron is hosting dozens of leaders from French-speaking countries here in Paris. His goal for the Francophonie summit is to boost French influence in the world, particularly in Africa. France's standing in Africa has been badly damaged by recent coups in Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. In his opening speech, Macron celebrated the French language and announced initiatives to promote French literature, education, and innovation. Have a listen.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are at home here, in a place that is much greater than us, where someone much greater than us reigns, a great lady who's aged who's over 1,000 years old, our language. Welcome here. Welcome to all speakers of French who have joined us here from all 5 continents.
More than 300 million women and men over 5 continents speak the French language. Over 300 million women and men who continue to perfect it, to modernize it, to enrich it. And the sun never sets on this language.
And we can take you now to the Chateau, northeast of Paris, where the leaders gathered. France 24's Carys Garland has been reporting on Macron's speech and the summit. Carys, can you just give us the highlights of what Macron said earlier today?
Macron really hailing the French language as one of resistance, fight and reinvention. He cited several artists, like writers, who've been able to bring their art to the world thanks to the French language, seemingly defending French and this international organization of the French-speaking world against critics who might say that it's losing influence and even relevance. And he did say that this chateau behind me is going to host an international college for the French language. It's actually been a project of Macron. He inaugurated the center, the International Center of the French Language here last year. He also said that the French language should be a space and a community where people can defend sovereignty and territorial integrity. These 88 members of this organization, he said, should come together and fight for this across the planet without double standards. And he also called to fight against disinformation and the spreading of hate speech, racism and anti-Semitism.
Now, during his speech, Macron mentioned that French-speaking nations need to stand together for peace. Lebanon, one of the nations where French is widely spoken, and you were able to talk to the Lebanese information minister about the conflict there.
Right. So, given the historical context, these 2 countries have very close ties. So, naturally, that we saw that the French foreign minister was in Lebanon a few days ago. And I asked the information minister, Ziad Makari, what he was really expecting of France in this moment of crisis and to what extent it was leaning on France. Take a listen.
Well, we count a lot on France and President Macron. He already sent his foreign affairs minister to Lebanon, and they are taking things at least seriously. Let's say they are taking things seriously. And that's why we count on this country and this president and these people. And we count a lot on them. We would like to see the Franco-American initiative getting back to the negotiations of a ceasefire in Lebanon. So we will have this opportunity here to say to the Francophone countries how we see the situation and what we want and what we expect.
So there will be a joint statement referring to Lebanon from the nations meeting here. Even if the minister was pessimistic for the prospect of a ceasefire, he did tell me that he really did hope that these joint US-French efforts for a ceasefire could start up again.